Hi, so I've been wanting to do this since really I started getting involved in Booktube again, and I'm finally doing it. That is, I wanted to talk about romance novels. I just feel like they're not talked a lot about here because it's a very YA-driven community, but I have things to say, and I've been reading romance for a while, so I thought I would just do this introduction video. So this is the first video, and then I will be uploading a video every day until next Saturday, with different things. So this one is going to be called What is Romance, which is, like, in my opinion, what it is. And then the next video will be why I read romance, and then a discussion on if romance is formulaic or not. And then I'll give you my suggestions for paranormal romance, historical romance, contemporary romance, and then I will do a bookshelf tour of my romance novel bookshelf. This video is going to be about what romance is and like a little bit of a history of it. I will also link on July 4th, which is actually when I'm filming this video, if my nails aren't in it. A article was I saw it posted on Facebook, kind of talking about the same thing. I think it's called So You Want to Read Romance, so I'll link that in the description if you want to check it out. So basically what a romance novel is a story that follows two individuals, typically a guy and a girl, but things are changing. There's a lot more, like, I know male is very common, I'm not sure about female, very common. It's becoming more popular, and I know, like, menage is becoming popular, but that's not really my thing, so I can't speak to it. And it follows their love story. A lot of times that also includes personal growth and a journey individually, but at its core, it's their love story, and there's going to be a happily ever after at the end, and 9 times out of 10 there's going to be an epilogue. Big fan of epilogues. And just so you know, romance is one of the best-selling genres and most popular genres in the world. I mean, there's a reason Harlequin publishes as many books as they do, and I didn't go to confirm this, but I swear I read an article when I was in college that when the economy tanked back in 2008, 2009, I mean, publishing was hit hard, and pretty much all sales dropped. But romance novels didn't just drop, they actually grew. I'm fairly certain I read that, and I'm too lazy to go see if I can confirm. But it makes sense people would want a happily ever after. Also, generally, romance novels are published in what's called mass market paperback, which, if you don't know, is what this book is. And they're typically $7.99. Lately, Avon, which is one of the big powerhouses in the genre, it's an imprint of HarperCollins. They've been publishing at $5.99. I don't know why, but they have been. So that obviously makes them cheap and affordable. So that obviously plays a role in them being successful. The genre is typically viewed as formulaic, which like I said, I'm doing a video on if romance is formulaic and what that means. If you're looking for some more information or anything like that, I would definitely suggest checking out Jane Wendell's website, Smart Bitches Trashy Books, or her podcast with Jane Litt from Dear Author, which is called the DBSA podcast, which I really enjoy listening to personally. And then another thing I just wanted to talk about is basically the idea of, like, feminism in romance. So in the past, what romance was, like, a lot of people think that Kathleen Woodiwiss with The Flame and the Flower, right, was the first romance novel. I tried to read that book, and I just couldn't do it. And my stepmom, she's, like, a huge Kathleen Woodiwiss fan, and she's the one that introduced me to the genre. The issue with those books, so Kathleen Woodiwiss books, Joanna Lindsay, some older Jude Deveraux, those kinds of books often dealt with rape fantasies or outright rape. And I'm not a big fan of, like, falling in love with your rapist personally, but things have changed over the years. In the 90s, and now that we're in the 21st century, things have changed. They're a lot more about female empowerment and what female sexuality means and things like that. I can see how on the surface people might think that romance novels are trite or just, like, bland or even a misrepresentation of women, But I think that it's actually the opposite. I did write a paper in college kind of talking about this. My basic argument was that romance novels are about female empowerment because the women in these books use the skills that they do have in order to be powerful. And I will say that there are a lot of intelligent women in romance novels. There's also a lot of stupid women, but you just have to seek it out what you want. But there's intelligent women, there's business women, there's hardworking women, there's women who are athletes, there's women who are doctors, there's women who do just stay at home, but that's what they want to do with their lives, and there's nothing wrong with that. But they're able to use what they have, even if that means their sexuality, and often in romance novels, it turns into them, like, being more powerful in a relationship, or having control over the man. And I don't think that romance novels are like some weird, twisted empowerment, like fantasy by women either, but you do see that. You see their strength through what they have, if that makes sense. So the discussion of whether or not the genre is feminist. I'm not super knowledgeable in like the feminist theory and all of that. So I feel like I can like cautiously talk about this, but I will say that I think that one of the best things about this genre is that it is best-selling, it does amazingly well, there's tons of well-written books in it, and then it's a predominantly female-driven market. So for the most part, women are the ones writing romance novels, and they're writing them for women. Now, more men are starting to read romance novels. It's becoming more and more popular. Additionally, men are writing them now, some secretly. Like they use female names, so people won't judge them or anything. But I think the fact that it's a female-driven genre is a great step for feminism, that they're able to put the stories out there that they want to write for the people who want to read them, and that's a good thing. So, yes. So that's my little about what is romance to me anyways, and like a teeny bit of history on it. Like I said, if you want to know some more, I would check out Sarah's website and that other article I was talking about that's kind of like an introduction to romance, like suggestions and stuff like that. So thank you for watching.